The alien girl's voice pierced the vacuum-sealed silence of my helmet like a dagger through flesh, her words echoing in my mind, not through sound waves, but directly into my thoughts. "Help, please. Human, my mom is trapped in a rock trap." I froze on the jagged edge of the Crimson Canyon, my boots sinking into the alien dust as her small, ethereal form materialized before me, flickering like a hologram born from nightmare. I had come to Zorith 9 as part of the Terra mining core, chasing rumors of infinite energy crystals buried in its blood-red rocks. The planet was a forsaken rock, orbiting a dying star, where gravity played tricks and the air shimmered with unseen forces. No one mentioned sentient life. No one warned me about telepathic pleas from childlike beings. Her eyes, large, luminous orbs swirling with colors I couldn't name, locked onto mine through the visor. She looked no older than 10 in human years, her skin a translucent blue that shifted like water under starlight, tiny tendrils waving from her head like living antennae. But her fear was universal, raw, and desperate, pulling at something deep inside me I'd long buried. "Who? What are you?" I stammered, my voice modulator crackling in the thin atmosphere. My suit's AI translated my words into pulses she could understand, but she didn't wait for formalities. She pointed a slender finger toward the canyon's depths, where massive boulders pulsed with an inner glow, like hearts beating beneath stone skin. "Mom trapped. Rock eater. You strong human break rock." Her thoughts flooded me again, images flashing. A larger version of herself, elegant and regal, ensnared in a web of crystalline vines that grew from the ground, squeezing tighter with each pulse. I glanced back at my rover, parked 100 meters away, its drills idle and humming softly. The core had strict protocols: no contact with natives, exploit resources, report anomalies to command. But this wasn't an anomaly. This was a child begging for her mother. "My name is Dr. Elias Thorne, exobiologist turned miner after Earth's collapse drove us to the stars. I'd lost my own family in the great quake of 47, buried under rubble that no one could shift in time. The memory hit, like a meteor, my daughter's tiny hand slipping from mine as the ground swallowed her. I couldn't walk away. Not again. "Show me," I said, my heart pounding against the suit's chest plate. She nodded, her form stabilizing as she floated ahead, leading me down a treacherous path carved by eons of wind and something more sinister. The canyon walls loomed, etched with symbols that glowed faintly, whispering secrets in a language my AI couldn't decode. What kind of trap was this? And why me? A lone human on a godforsaken world. But that was only the beginning. As we descended, the air grew thicker, charged with static that made my suit systems glitch. Warning lights flashed on my HUD, anomalous energy signatures, rising radiation. The girl, she called herself Lyra in my mind, hovered close, her thoughts brushing mine like gentle waves. "Human Elias, you brave. Many come, none help. Rock's hungry." Hungry? I thought it was a translation error, but the boulders around us seemed to shift subtly as if breathing. Zorith 9's geology reports mentioned seismic activity, but this felt alive. We reached a ledge overlooking a vast chamber, a natural amphitheater where the rocks formed a perfect circle. In the center, suspended in a cocoon of glowing quartz, was her mother. She was magnificent, taller than Lyra, her body a cascade of flowing energy beneath translucent skin, tendrils extending like roots into the stone. But the rock trap wasn't just stone, it was a lattice of living crystal, veins pulsing with bioluminescent fluid, slowly draining her essence. Her eyes were closed, but I sensed faint thoughts emanating from her. Pain, resignation, a plea echoing Lyra's. How did this happen? I asked, kneeling to scan with my multi-tool. The readings were off the charts: quantum entanglement, bioorganic fusion. This wasn't a trap, it was a symbiosis gone wrong, or perhaps a punishment. Lyra's memories flooded me. Her people, the Zorathians, were energy beings who bonded with the planet's core for sustenance. But something had corrupted the rocks, a foreign influence, perhaps from off-world miners like us, disrupting the harmony. "Mom, lead us." she protect from bad sky things. Lyra thought images of massive ships descending, blasting craters for crystals. My stomach twisted. Those were Terra Core vessels, my employers. We'd been harvesting the very lifeblood of this world, unaware or uncaring that it was alive. You help break? She begged, her form flickering with hope. I hesitated. Breaking the trap could kill her mother, or worse, unleash whatever energy was contained. But leaving her, that would haunt me forever. I activated my drill arm, that were echoing in the chamber. As the bit touched the crystal, a low rumble shook the ground. The rocks awoke. What happened next defied everything I knew about physics. The crystal lattice shattered under the drill's vibration, but instead of freeing her mother, it released a surge of energy that slammed into me like a tidal wave. My suit sparked, systems failing as visions assaulted my mind. Not Lyra's, but the planet's. Zoreth. 9 wasn't just a rock, it was a colossal entity, a sentient world where stones were neurons, crystals its synapses. The trap was a defense mechanism against invaders, trapping the Zorathians who tried to warn us. Lyra screamed in my thoughts as her mother's form convulsed, the energy flowing back into her. She opened her eyes, locking onto mine with gratitude mixed with warning. Human, you have awakened the Guardian. Flee now. But it was too late. The chamber walls cracked, boulders rolling toward us like predators. I grabbed Lyra's ethereal hand, surprisingly solid, and ran, the ground heaving beneath us. We burst onto the surface, my rover in sight, but the canyon was alive now, fissures opening like mouths. Alarms blared in my helmet, seismic event imminent. Lyra clung to me, her fear mirroring my own. I'd come here for profit, but now I was entangled in something ancient, something that could doom us all. And yet, as we sped away in the rover, dust clouds billowing, I felt a spark of purpose I'd lost years ago. But none of us were prepared for the truth waiting in the stars. Back at base camp, the Terra Core outpost was a cluster of prefab domes under a perpetual twilight sky, guarded by automated turrets and a skeleton crew of hardened miners. I docked the rover, Lyra hidden in my suit's cargo pouch, her form compressed into a small orb of light. Commander Hale met me at the airlock, his face etched with suspicion under the harsh lights. Thorn, you're late. Find anything worth the fuel? I forced a nod, mind racing. Crystals, sir. Big deposit in the canyon. Lies came easy after years in the core, but this one tasted bitter. Hale was a company man through and through, eyes gleaming at the mention of profit. Earth's resources were depleted, and Zoreth 9's crystals powered our ships, our cities back home. But now I knew the cost, the planet's life force, siphoned from beings like Lyra. Inside my quarters, I released her. She reformed, hovering anxiously. Mom free, but weak. Rock's angry now. They call others. Others? Her thoughts showed fleets of Zorathian guardians, massive stone golems rising from the crust, animated by the planet's will. If the core kept mining, it would trigger a full awakening, turning the world into a weapon. I paced the small room, holographic displays flickering with data. My own past haunted me. After the quake, I joined the core to escape the guilt, burying myself in work. But Lyra's innocence cracked that shell. Why me? I whispered. She tilted her head. You hear us. Most humans deaf. You have whole in heart, like us. A knock at the door. Hail again. Briefing in 5. Satellite picked up tremors. Something stirring. I hid Lyra, joining the team in the command dome. Maps showed the canyon glowing hot, energy spikes off the charts. Looks like a motherlode. Hale grinned. Double shift starting now. My gut twisted. If they dug deeper, they'd hit the core, the heart of Zoreth 9. I had to stop them, but how? Betray the core, and I be spaced as a traitor. Let them proceed, and Lyra's world dies. That night, as the base hummed with preparations, Lyra shared more visions. Her people's history, eons of harmony until humans arrived with their greed. Help us, Elias. Be bridge. Her trust was a weight, pulling me toward a decision that could shatter everything. But the real shock came at dawn. Alarms wailed as the ground shook violently. I rushed outside, suit sealed, to see massive fissures cracking the landscape. From them emerged the Guardians, colossal figures of rock and crystal, eyes burning with otherworldly fire. They marched toward the base, each step an earthquake. Hale's voice crackled over comms. All hands, defensive positions. Unknown hostiles. Lyra appeared beside me, her form trembling. They protect Mom, protect all. The Guardians weren't attacking blindly. They targeted the mining rigs, smashing drills with fists like boulders. Laser fire from turrets bounced off their hides, only enraging them further. In the chaos, I saw my chance. Lyra, can you communicate with them? She nodded, tendrils glowing as she sent thoughts. The Guardians paused, turning their gaze toward me. Through her, I felt their ancient rage. Humans as parasites draining the life from their world. I can help. I broadcasted through her link. Stop the mining. Negotiate. Hale spotted me, storming over with a squad. Thorn, what the hell? You're talking to those things? The confrontation escalated fast. Hale drew his sidearm. Traitor, you brought this. But before he could fire, a Guardian's hand swept down, pinning him. Panic spread among the crew. Some fled to shuttles, others fought futilely. Lyra pulled me away. Come, to Mom. She knows way. We raced across the quaking terrain, Guardians parting like a stone sea. Back in the canyon, her mother awaited, fully awakened now, her form radiant. Human Elias, you have chosen wisely. But the true threat comes from above. Above? My HUD pinged. Incoming ships. Not core reinforcements. Something alien, sleek, and predatory. The Devourers, her mother thought, images of parasitic fleets that fed on planetary cores. They'd followed our mining signals, drawn to the disturbance. The Guardians were defenses against them, not us. We'd unwittingly opened the door. What I saw next changed everything. The sky darkened as the Devourer fleet descended, massive ships like living organisms, tendrils extending to latch onto the surface. Beams lanced down, vaporizing rock, seeking the core. The Guardians charged, clashing in a battle of titans, stone against biometal, energy blasts illuminating the twilight. I stood with Lyra and her mother, the Zorathian queen, in the chamber. You must link with us, the queen urged. Human tech, our essence, together seal the rift. It meant interfacing my suit's AI with their network, risking my mind in the process. Hesitation gripped me. My daughter's face flashed, lost forever. But Lyra's hand in mine grounded me. We family now, she thought. I connected the neural link. Sensations overwhelmed. The planet's pulse, eons of memory, the Queen's wisdom. We became one, directing the Guardians with precision. Devourer ships crumbled under coordinated assaults, their tendrils severed. But the cost was high. Hale's remaining forces turned on us, seeing opportunity in chaos. A stray blast hit the Queen, her form flickering. Lyra wailed, energy surging through her link. In that moment of despair, a revelation hit. The rock trap wasn't a prison, it was a hibernation pod, preserving the Queen during invasions. Our mining had weakened it, but my intervention strengthened the bond. We pushed back the Devourers, their flagship exploding in a blaze that lit the sky. As the remnants fled, the Guardians stood down, returning to slumber. The Queen faded, her essence merging with the planet. Protect her, she thought to me, of Lyra, the bridge between worlds. Hale surrendered, his face ashen. What have we done? For the first time, I saw regret in his eyes. But that was only the beginning of our new alliance. In the aftermath, the core negotiated, under duress, with the Zorathians through me. Sustainable harvesting, shared knowledge. Lyra stayed by my side, adopted in spirit, her laughter in my thoughts a balm to old wounds. As we lifted off, Zorath 9, bound for Earth with tales that would reshape humanity, I gazed at the receding planet. It pulsed once a farewell. And in that light, I found redemption. The stars no longer seemed so cold.